Two people in the Trump Georgia case has surrendered and had their mugshots taken and released. One is John Eastman and Hall White, I think.
Want to get now to some breaking news out of Fulton County. That's after the first of two mugshots for Trump's co-defendants have just been released. Take a look at these that we have here. First up, pulling up here, we have Scott Hall. Now, he is a bail bond.
My bad, Scott Hall, not Hall White.
Tied to the case. And then we also have former Trump lawyer John Eastman. Now, Eastman is charged with coming up with the fake elector scheme. Now, both men turned themselves into the Fulton County Sheriff earlier today, where they were booked and released. Meanwhile, multiple reports are also saying that Trump's former personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is expected to surrender to authorities as early as tomorrow. And that's Wednesday.
You know, if all of these people were poor people and they were caught stealing documents, the government wouldn't just let them surrender on their own time. The cops would be breaking down their doors and arresting them.
The same night of the GOP presidential debate. Now, if Giuliani does turn himself in tomorrow, he could throw a wrench in the coverage of the first Republican presidential debate, which Trump has already said he's skipping. The former president said that he will be turning himself into the Fulton County Jail on a Thursday. We're just like Hall and Eastman today. He will have his mugshot taken. That's as much as he said on his social media platform, Truth Social, in that post. We're still working to get out the other details of his booking and when the additional 15 defendants will turn themselves in. In the meantime, another live look out there. Fulton County Jail. This is right now live, but we do want to get to a breakdown of the latest in this case, as Trump's social media may also play a role. The judge ordered he stay off of it as part of his bond agreement. We have Fox 5 Atlanta's.
I doubt Trump is going to stay off his own social site, especially when that's the way he gets all his attention.
She has the breakdown.
Former President Donald Trump will soon turn himself in at the Fulton County Jail to be processed for charges in connection to the 2020 Georgia election interference case. Part of his bond agreement bans him from intimidating witnesses or co-defendants, including through social media posts. The former president posted on Truth Social shortly after that agreement was reached. One criticizes Fulton County DA Fani Willis, who he writes, quote, is overseeing one of the greatest murder and violent crime disasters in American history. One legal expert we spoke to says that post seems more subdued than past comments.
They're much less confrontational against individual persons and much more about the situation, which I think is a good legal strategy to not run afoul of the order.
A spokesperson for Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens told us, quote, the mayor is an engineer by trade and is focused on facts and data, not empty rhetoric. Adding, as of last week, homicides are down 26% compared to this time last year, and overall crimes against persons are down 23%. As for the trial itself, it'll likely come with a hefty price tag.
There's going to be quite a high cost, the man hours, the police, court, district attorney's office. I think the marker the public can look at is something like the O.J. Simpson trial, which ran into that.
Well, all they have to do is find the people who are charged and convicted for all of the costs, like they did with the poor person.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Thank you to that report down with our reporters at Fox 5 Atlanta. And I do want to reference back to that Truth social media post that you did see Brittany reference. It says here, a Trump bond sent at $200K. Now, this is what we've written at the top, but
I love how Trump keeps claiming that his phone call to the Georgia official about finding votes for him was a perfect phone call. And even he admits to making that phone call, which shows that he is guilty.
Below in the white is the post verbatim by the former president. It says, can you believe it? I'll be going to Atlanta, Georgia on Thursday to be arrested by a radical left district attorney, Fani Willis, who is overseeing one of the greatest murder and violent crime disasters in American history. In my case, the trip to Atlanta is not for murder, but for making a perfect phone call. She campaigned and is continuing to campaign and raise money on this witch hunt, in all caps. He goes on to say that this is in strict...
It's funny how he's complaining about how she's campaigning when he did the same thing, campaigned on the lies of the election being stolen, and got millions of dollars from his dumb base.
Coordination with crooked Joe Biden's DOJ. It is all about election interference. And of course, the biggest question leading up to tomorrow's presidential debate from the GOP side has been if the former president was going to attend those debates. And we know now that he will not be attending most likely any of the primary debates this election season. And this may also be the last social media post that we see Trump post in a while, because according to those reports, these posts can have a detrimental effect in this case when it comes to election interference over in Georgia. Donald Trump indicted with 18 people indicted, all of those co-defendants, and we did show you some of those mugshots that we are just getting in here. So we will await to see if Rudy Giuliani will be turning himself in tomorrow. That's what reports are saying at the moment. And if the former president will turn himself in on Thursday, they will be set to report at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. Another live look from outside of that jail. We have had reporters there every day in anticipation for these moments.